Yo, what up everybody, Arie here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about how MrBeast apparently makes $720,000 a month dropshipping burgers. Now, if you're one of my loyal subbies, you probably know that I made a video talking about this recently and me and my girlfriend taste tested the burger. We kind of talked about this briefly and gave our thoughts on it, but I never actually knew the numbers behind the whole operation. And luckily for us, I found this YouTube channel by Noah Kagan. You guys should definitely check it out. It's really dope. And he's got like a mini viral video recently, basically dissecting the numbers behind the business. So we're gonna watch that and talk about that a little bit, and we'll see if his thoughts sort of match what we said in our previous video. Honestly, the thing about dropshipping is that people only see the tip of the iceberg. When people think of dropshipping, maybe you've never heard of dropshipping, people think of like AliExpress dropshipping, like scammy kids, and they don't really see the potential of the business model as a way to decentralize shipping, which is honestly super beneficial for small businesses if you think about it, because then they don't have to invest in inventory. You can start a business with way less risk, which gives you a huge advantage against big corporations. That's kind of the point of decentralization. And if you've been paying any sort of attention to the stock market, cryptocurrency, just Twitter in general and the internet, you'll see that decentralization is kind of a big trend right now. People are clearly starting to realize that the way things work, the systems that we have in society in place, are not only ineffective and not necessarily the best, but inherently unfair. For example, with investing, investing has traditionally been a rich man's sport, you could say, and something that's left exclusively to the rich who can figure it out. But now with companies like Robinhood, you can literally invest your money in the tap of a few buttons, which is so beneficial for people who just never had the opportunity to invest. Now, granted, everybody technically has the opportunity regardless of their economic situation, but still having these platforms be so accessible, and with the power of the internet, it brings more awareness to the power of investing. And honestly, investing is how most rich people get richer, so it makes sense for that information to be available to the public. And it's the same thing with dropshipping. Before, you had to buy a ton of inventory, buy a retail location, a sales booth in order to start selling your things. But now with platforms like Shopify and just the dropshipping model in general, you can actually start selling physical products in literally one day. Of course, there are good ways to do this and bad ways to do this, and that's not really what we're gonna be talking about in this video. But regardless, it's something that's really interesting to think about. With all these things present, I really can't think of a better time to be alive. So let's just watch this video quick, see the numbers. So let's watch.
On December 19, 2020, MrBeast launched the fastest growing fast food chain in the world, MrBeast Burger. In this video, I'm going to break down its business model, the logistics, the marketing, and the economics of this new business so that you can be inspired by the business opportunities that are out there as a YouTube creator. Also, in this video, I'm going to be ordering a MrBeast Burger to tell you if it's any good. Let's dive in. Let's start with some numbers. So how many locations did he actually have? MrBeast Burger launched with over 300 locations in the US of A, but to give you a comparison, Shake Shack, which is super popular, doesn't even have 300 in the USA, and In-N-Out Burger is only approaching 400. How many app downloads did it get shortly after the launch?
Yo, that's actually really crazy, especially if you live in the US and you know about Shake Shack and In-N-Out. So basically, MrBeast Burger got the same amount, if not more, locations in literally like 1/100th of the time that it took In-N-Out and Shake Shack. That's insanely powerful. Like, if you take the time to really think about that, it really makes you see the potential of these decentralized business models. And low-key, I want to just take a second to appreciate this dude's videos, because honestly, it really reminds me of a MrBeast video. It's very engaging, and we appreciate quality content over here. That's why we like to watch videos together. But let's continue watching quick.
Launch MrBeast Burger app was the most downloaded app on iTunes and Google Play with over 1 million downloads. Real question we're all curious is, how much money is he actually making from this? You gotta stick to the end where I'm gonna dive into the numbers. Let's break down the business model. So how the hell did MrBeast open up 300 restaurants overnight? The answer is he partnered with VDC, Virtual Dining Concepts. You can see here on the site, it's a company that licenses influencers' brands and creates virtual restaurants. So let's actually check out their business about what they do. It looks like they partner with restaurants to help them maximize the capacity of their kitchen and chefs. And apparently restaurants are able to make an additional 30% of profit with these partnerships. I love this business model where there's extra capacity that's not being used, just like how Airbnb took extra housing that wasn't being used and turns it into a business. VDC also handles the delivery logistics, and they handle the partnerships with the food delivery apps. Sounds awesome. Let's actually check out other influencers companies working with. Tyga's Chicken Bites. Oh, that's funny. Mariah's Cookies. Pauly D. Gym 10 Laundry, bro. I love the idea of this business. Really, really exciting that they can take a brand plus extra space and inventory and create a large company out of it. Fun fact about this, the co-founder of this is actually the CEO of Planet Hollywood. This partnership is super smart because it allows MrBeast and his team to focus on what they're best at, marketing and growing a large-ass audience while having fun. And this is essentially drop shipping for burgers. Let's take a look at the logistics. So how do they actually pick which cities to launch in? This is really smart. They use the analytics of the channel, MrBeast, to figure out the top cities among his subscriber base and watch time and open virtual restaurants in those cities. That is so smart of them to think about it. The top cities that they did choose were LA, SF, New York, Chicago, Dallas. If you go to studio.youtube.com and go to your analytics in advanced mode, you can click on geography. Let's actually check out some of the top cities if we were to open Noah's Taco Arc. So California, yes, just like the Warriors, my home state. Texas, where I live now, yeehaw. All right, Florida, New York, where a lot of like really rich people live. Illinois, man, you guys live in awesome states. I'm glad you guys are watching from out there. Let's talk about some of this distribution. So not only did they partner with Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, but they also created their own app, which is how I'm gonna order my burger in just a little bit. So here's a question that I was wondering, is like, why the hell did they do burgers and not taquitos or enchiladas or salads? They did burgers because it's the simplest thing to make. And it's something that any restaurant can easily replicate versus something more specialized or complicated like burritos. So there were some challenges that I think are interesting when you're opening up any type of business, especially one overnight at so many places. Quality control, there was actually a lot of pushback about selling raw food and the taste of the burger, as well as the delivery drivers. They got actually overwhelmed with the demand and people were getting their orders 2 to 3 hours late.
So we actually ran out of delivery drivers multiple times during the first opening day because we were getting thousands of orders into one single restaurant and we couldn't find enough people to pick these orders up and deliver them.
Just like any business, you're gonna have problems and things to go work on and solve. Hey you, if you would like a burger and a deeper relationship with me, I'd love to get to know you better, and every single Friday I do live office hours for people just like you. I've started 7 and 8 and notification bell, give you my candid review of how they are. I told the office that we're gonna buy everyone burgers. Here is a menu. They have #1 in stores the day it launched. As well, today, it's still ranked number 22 in the food category, and it'll probably stay around. It's above Popeyes. Oh, these old companies are years ago. That's how 6 burgers for the team. I could log in as a guest. Power cookies.
Sorry, no, just skipping this because we already taste tested it on the channel. I'm sorry.
We got burgers. All right, so we got beef style.
So this is sort of what it looks like.
Chandler. All right. Yeah. Cut my burgers. Oh.
Yo, that's a pretty big team. I mean, this operation that we got going on here is a one-man team. This is a huge office setup that they got going on.
Launched it with one video, but as well as MrBeast's video. Let's take a look at actual marketing. Okay. They only launched it with one video, but as well as MrBeast's videos do, it went viral and it got over 35 million views in the past month. Let's actually watch the first 20 seconds of the video.
I opened up the world's first free restaurant. And if that wasn't enough, I also paid people to eat at my restaurant. We haven't even opened yet, and the police just told us they had to shut down a mile of traffic and there's 1,000 cars in line. Put it on up. Yeah! And I've never ran a restaurant before. Money for you, money for you, money for you, money for you. You better come get a Beast Burger.
The hook, look, it's only 20 seconds in. He has a free restaurant. There's a long line. He's giving out money. It's really well polished. I mean, this is professionalism. So much stuff that we can be learning about it. As well, there's some PR lessons for all the entrepreneurs that are watching out there. This is how you launch a product. You have to ask yourself, maybe for your own product that you're launching, is what is the craziest thing that I can do that will get people to talk about my product? Think about his title of his video. I opened a restaurant that pays you to eat at it. That's good. This video is a topic just engineered for virality. So let's take a high level look at all the results from this video and him opening a restaurant that he's been able to do. This video specifically was the #1 trending video on YouTube on December 19th, as well as MrBeast Burger was the 5th most searched term on Google with over 1 million searches. The thing that was fascinating for me is this is one of the first times MrBeast was talked about by my friends who are not really big YouTube watchers that haven't heard of him. Like, hey, have you heard of this MrBeast guy? I was like, oh, this is how my mom and mainstream happens. As well as from his social posts, his one Instagram post has over 1.2 million likes. He did one tweet. There's over 318,000 hearts on this one tweet. Some of the other additional distribution channels, which I think a great thing to think about in your own business, how do you get distribution? He did Uber Eats, he did DoorDash, he did Postmates, he did Grubhub. Think about that for your own stuff. Leverage the platforms that already have the customers. You're an entrepreneur.com. Come to appsumo.com and sell to other entrepreneurs. We'd love to promote you there. By the way, if you like burgers and MrBeast in this video, can you use that finger and hit that like button for me if you've gotten one thing out of this?
Yo, that's crazy. That's a crazy amount of organic reach. Like, that is the power of influencers, I swear. If that would have been any product, of course, MrBeast is smart and very business savvy, so he did that for his own products. But if it would have been a sponsored product from a different brand, they would have literally 10x that brand's revenue, which is fucking crazy. And it just really speaks to the power of the internet, the power of influencers, and just the time that we live in. Every day that goes by, I'm more and more convinced this is a simulation. I don't know what to say.
This video so far. So how much is he actually making from doing this burger dropshipping? A like button for me if you've gotten one thing out of this video so far. So how much is...
Okay, I'll take the time to like this video for the production quality. This shit is pretty fire. I gotta give it to you, Noah. You make some great videos. So anyways, moment of truth, how much is he making? We'll see how I even figure that out, because I literally have no idea.
Is he actually making from doing this burger dropshipping magical business? Sean VP on Twitter did some back of the envelope calculations on how lucrative this might be for MrBeast based on numbers from the dining industry. So we're gonna assume about 50% of the people who downloaded the app ordered something with a value of around $16. Just to give you some context, our order was almost $69, around $6.
My order was like $30 for me and my girlfriend, so I can definitely vouch for this.
Burgers. So MrBeast gets about $1.33 an order. It's around 18,000 orders a day. Times that by the profit per sale, he's doing around $24,000 a day in profit. I thought that was revenue, so really, really impressive. 30 days a month, that's $720,000 a month in profit. Really impressive. That now is gonna hopefully keep growing without him. I think this is kind of the Gary Vee approach, which is get businesses that you hire teams or use a third party and let them go run it and grow it, and you kind of put some of the fuel on that fire. Disclaimer, by the way, these are guesstimates just to give you an idea, but I can imagine this is just the beginning of the empire that MrBeast is creating. So some things that they've talked about, what's next, they're gonna scale the number of locations for MrBeast Burger every month this year. They also plan on opening up a physical store. So this is really fascinating. You probably thought, oh, does he open up a restaurant? No, they're literally borrowing space from restaurants that are not as busy. And it's also the beginning of creators getting into virtual dining. MrBeast now has paved the way for a lot of other people like myself, hopefully open a taco store, and maybe something out there for you. I want you to think beyond when you're a creator selling a course or doing consulting and getting away from AdSense or saying, oh, hey, it's manscaped.com/Noah again. There is a lot of giant businesses that MrBeast is doing and Gary Vee is doing out there. And another thing for creators is think about finding a business partner that allow you to monetize so you can focus on creating amazing content. Either have a business partner or a third party like VDC that did the burger place for MrBeast. If you think that it is crazy that MrBeast is making $720,000 a month in profit dropshipping burgers, you're gonna be surprised to find out that he's actually making...
Okay, I'll drop this man a comment here too to support the channel. Great video, bro. Well researched. Boom. Yo, but for real, this is amazing stuff. Like, just like he mentioned, this is a magical business model. We're literally living in a magical time, and I'm so excited to see where this is all gonna take us. And I completely agree with him. Honestly, that's one thing that I realized about a year ago is, you know, I'm building this audience here while I'm also building up my e-commerce brand that is actually like a big part of me. And I'm thinking, why don't I just share the brand? It would help my brand out in a lot of ways. I have amazing partners that help me have more free time to make these YouTube videos, and then I could focus solely on the content for the brand, and you guys would see exactly what I've been working on this whole time, which is so exciting. And this sort of mashup is definitely something that I'm going to be doing in the near future. So make sure that you subscribe and turn on the notifications for this channel. I'm so excited to take you guys on this journey with me, just commentating on all this business shit that's going on and getting you excited about business, side hustles, investing, whatever it is. I don't know what you do out there, but that's kind of the point of this channel, and obviously it's a lot of fun for me if you can't tell. But with that said, I'd love your opinion. Let me know in the comments what you think of this business model. I think that's insane that he's making that much in profit. That's not even counting any sort of YouTube ad revenue, any sort of merch sales, none of that. It's literally just from this business that he just poofed out of thin air. So that's basically it. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.